What up, gang? Line Carolina Jackpot time coming at you this August the 28th, 2022. Week 0 of the college football season is in the books. And, of course, big winners and big losers yesterday across the board. We had a nice little slate of games to get the 2022 season off and running. And to me, they didn't disappoint. There were some decent games here. A little bit of weather factored into several of these games, causing some delays, but they got them all in and got them played, and was glad to see it. So just recapping some of the stuff that took place yesterday. Northwestern, big 31-28 win in Dublin, Ireland over the Nebraska Cornhuskers. So Northwestern not only beats Nebraska, Nebraska fails to cover the spread again in a Scott Frost opener. And, boy, we'll talk about them just a little bit more here in a few minutes. But Ryan Holinsky yesterday, quarterback for Northwestern, 27 of 38, 314 yards, 2 touchdowns. Evan Hull, 119 yards on the ground to pace the Purple Wildcats to the victory. Pat Fitzgerald's team goes 1-0. Utah State, 31-20 win over UConn. How about UConn yesterday, jumping out to a 14-0 lead on the road at Utah State? Absolutely nobody saw that one coming. And when I say absolutely nobody. I was stunned. This game was 24-20 with like 10 minutes left. And I think there were a lot of people sitting around saying, man, what if I just sprinkled $100 on the money line with UConn in this one? But it was not to be. Logan Bonner, 3 touchdown passes. Calvin Tyler, 161 yards on the ground. And Utah State goes on to the victory. They play at Alabama this week. Illinois, big 38-6 win in Champaign over the Wyoming Cowboys. Chase Brown, 151 yards on the ground, most of that in the first half, a couple of touchdowns. I told you he was a very underrated running back in the Big Ten, and he shredded them up yesterday. Florida State had 3 running backs yesterday to go over 100 yards. They beat Duquesne 47-7 in Tallahassee. That game was delayed by about 2 hours by lightning. It was still raining like crazy when the thing kicked off. They take on LSU next Sunday night, so it'll be a week from today. I don't know really what to read into this one too much. Duquesne is a bad FCS team. I mean, there are good FCS teams just like there are good FBS teams. Okay? Duquesne is probably down there on the level somewhere of like, I don't know. Smart asses will say South Carolina. I don't know. They're probably down there on the level of like a MAC team or something. So, yeah, not a real good litmus test for Florida State. I had them actually covering the spread, too, which was 42, and they won by 40. So, yeah, once again, Florida State continues to screw Carolina Jackpot with his money. 43-13, Florida Atlantic, big win over the Charlotte 49ers. Charlotte 49er quarterback Chris Reynolds got knocked out of that game with about 12 minutes to go in the first half, and it was all downhill from there. Florida Atlantic cruised to the victory, and it looked kind of like their win over them last year. Looked like the much better team at home. Found a 0. Good stuff. UTEP. Apologize in advance if anyone took my advice on UTEP and betting the money line. UTEP had almost a sellout crowd in the Sun Bowl. Well over 40,000 people there. Biggest crowd since 2008. Since 2008, to see them play North Texas, it was 14-13 North Texas at halftime. UTEP does nothing but go out and lay a gigantic turd burger. The third and fourth quarters, 17-0. They're shut out. In the second half, they lost 31-13. They've lost like their 6th game in a row to North Texas. Poor UTEP. I mean, how can you not win a game when you're really evenly matched, and it's a pick'em game basically, and get beat down that bad? That's pretty embarrassing. And then finally, Vanderbilt last night, a little after 10 p.m., they kicked off over on the island in Hawaii. I'm not going to lie to you, I did not watch most of this game. I was asleep for most of it. But they did score 35 points in the third quarter. 404 yards on the ground. Their quarterback, Mike Wright, went for over 100 yards. And they cruised to a big win over Hawaii, 63-10. I don't know when the last time was that Vanderbilt scored over 60 points, or probably over 40 points in a game. But I can tell you it's definitely been a long, long time ago. So great job there by those guys. And I knew, I'm sorry, I keep missing my phrase. I got old. I'm doing this on the iPad today, and things look different. I got a little bit more of a, I'll have to get that out later. Anyway, yesterday, big winners yesterday. Of course, Vanderbilt. Huge win for them. We're only expected, I think the over-under on them is 2 as far as wins and losses this year, 2.5. So we're already like a third of the way there. And I believe that they are going to beat both. They're going to beat the MAC team on their schedule. And I'm telling you, after what I saw last night, I'm not so sure that they don't beat Wake Forest. I'm not so sure that they don't. They're going to win an SEC game this year? Maybe. Might be against the Gamecocks. You never know. You absolutely never know. There's several teams there that I think with a showing like that last night, I think the Gamecocks could go down. I think Missouri, Tennessee, Kentucky could go down. Or Florida could definitely go down to Vanderbilt. Anybody in the SEC East, really, except for Georgia, the way they played last night. But, I mean, it was Hawaii. I really don't think that was a real great litmus test for what Vanderbilt can do, but it was nonetheless a huge win for those guys. Congratulations. Biggest loser yesterday obviously has to be Nebraska. A double-digit lead twice in the second half of that game, and could not put it away. Just really bad. Defensively, they were getting blown off the ball there in the fourth quarter. If you watch that game, Northwestern was just grinding it out. And that beckons me to the big winner. The other big winner yesterday was Northwestern and Pat Fitzgerald. Nothing is being made of the job that Northwestern did yesterday and the big win that they had over there. Nothing's being made of that. Everything's about Scott Frost. What is the deal anymore? What is the deal in sports today when we make everything about the loser? We're making everything about Scott Frost. When's he going to get fired? When is his buyout drop? Blah, blah, blah. When's he going to get canned? Nobody is saying anything or heaping any kind of accolades on Northwestern for winning that football game. They were 3-9 last year. They were terrible year for Northwestern. And I should have known better on that one. A lot of us should have known better on that one, picking the spread, because Pat Fitzgerald has had several Northwestern teams that performed really bad, and then the next year they came back and had a bounce-back year. And, I mean, this was week 0. There's no guarantee that this is going to be a bounce-back year for them. They could finish 3-9 again. Who knows? And, I mean, this is not the end of the road for Nebraska either. Nebraska could finish 9-3. We don't know what's going to happen, but this was not a very good indicator for a good season for Nebraska coming down the pipe. That's definitely for sure. But I was glad to see Northwestern yesterday get a good win. Good old-school type football team, just pounding the rock in the fourth quarter, wearing down Nebraska. Brian Helinski, former Gamecock player, we talked all about that yesterday. Got kind of upset with the Clemson people, which, yeah, that's a given. That's going to happen with me. But they really performed well yesterday, and he had himself his career, the best game of his career by far, in my opinion. He had a really good game throwing the ball, threw for a lot of yards against Alabama as a freshman, but South Carolina lost the game by like 25 points. Here, he gets a big win. So those are my big winners, big losers for week 0. Hope you appreciate that, guys. I will see y'all later. Hit it with a thumbs up. Peace. I'm out of here.